When you work with a lead load all too, and you want to get your reservoirs filled, it's ideal to go ahead and start with your powder first. Don't load your shot shell yet. And the reason for it is the bushings that Lee recommends are notoriously off. All the ones I've ever done have always been a little lighter. Good example is this one. I'm using green dot. The recipe calls for 19 grains, and I went ahead and used the 148 as they recommend. Unfortunately, I ended up having it loaded or having the powder in. I didn't put the shot in yet, and then I started playing with the next one up, which is the 155. And that one actually called for 20.1 grain. Now, when I'm fighting with the 155, it's throwing probably about 18.7 to 19, so that's ideal to where I want to be. Now, the question people have is, do you have to go ahead and dump out your powder? You don't. So let me show you how you do this one. It's something I usually have to do when I'm getting everything, calibrated to the way I want it. So let's go ahead and take the plate off. Oh, one thing you want to do too is you want to make sure that there's no powder in your charge either. So you want to go ahead, get an empty shot hull, go ahead and dump your powder out in there, or any excess powder. Go ahead and take your plate off. And then just simply rotate this out. And make sure that you keep the hole covered that the powder drops out of. And then just go ahead and push down on the bushing through the bar. It slides out. You can go ahead and make your replacement. Put that back in. Swivel that back around. Go ahead and put your plate back on. Now with the mix, it's a little bit easier because you get the bottle. So if you ended up having everything in this loaded up all the way, you would actually have to drop all your shot and powder, and that could be a pain. But the thing is that it's an easy way to do this. It's a quick, simple fix, but it could be a mess if you have the charge bar over here off to the left, and you haven't emptied it out. You could have quite the mess. So let me go ahead and get this back on. We'll go ahead and take a quick sample and see how we're looking. All right, so the plate's back on. Let me go ahead and get all right, so now I'm calibrated. Let's see how we're looking. $17.5. So let's go ahead and put a little bit more in. 1716. $17.14. So it looks like I'm going to need to go ahead and change out the bushing one more time just because of that variance. 17.5 again. Do a couple more. $17.8. Well, we might be onto something here. Let's see what's going on. $17.7. Definitely a far cry from what that chart shows us. Not exactly where we wanted to be. Now I'm at 18.1. Getting a little better. $17.8. So it's definitely consistent, or I could just go ahead and stay with the 18, which probably wouldn't be that big of a difference. But it'd be a little bit lighter. I won't get the velocity that the book recommends or what the book says. But that's the easiest way to go ahead and change it without dumping out all your powder. So hopefully that works. And remember, make sure that you have the slide all the way to the right, because if not, you'll end up dropping powder out with what's left over in here. Well, again, thanks for watching. And if you guys have any questions, let me know.